Golf carts and four-wheelers are getting more and more popular, but they can be quite dangerous too. David Green is here with us to share some safety ideas and tips to make sure no one gets hurt while you're out and about having all that kind of fun. So first thing we need to talk about, David, is there insurance that you can pick up on a golf cart or an ATV type vehicle?
There is insurance, but most of us think that your homeowner's policy is going to cover that ATV or cover that golf cart, and a lot of the policies just simply do not cover it. You really need to check with your insurance agent and make sure that that particular vehicle is insured on your policy. Let them know you have it and ask them the question. If someone's hurt in my yard by driving this thing around the yard or flips over or is injured, am I covered? You need to find that out. Most of them do not cover your ATV or your golf cart, and you have to get a rider or a separate policy. Very inexpensive. I have two golf carts. It's very, very inexpensive, $40, $50, $60 a year to give you enough coverage to cover you.
But could save you a lot of money in the long run. You know, growing up, I played a lot of golf, so I was always on the golf course, and I loved driving the golf carts around when I was younger. And that's one of the things we need to address too, because a lot of people do allow their children to ride on the golf carts or ATVs, stuff like that. That can be dangerous. What are some of the safety implications from allowing that?
Well, basically, you need to make sure that any child or anyone that's under 16 is properly trained. Now, it's not really illegal to allow them to drive it around off the roadways, but you need to make sure that they're trained and they understand the safety devices, they understand how to brake, they understand how to proceed and drive the vehicle. One of the things, too, that these golf carts don't always have, if they go above 25 miles an hour, they have to have certain safety devices. Now, I would recommend, if you have a golf cart, any type of golf cart or ATV that doesn't have seat belts or doesn't have safety railings to keep your feet from slipping out, check online or check with a local dealer and see if you can purchase those. Very inexpensive.
So those are some of the safety features that you could add to your golf cart. I know some of those also have governors where you can set it where it doesn't go above a certain speed. So if you have young kids driving that, you may want to look into that as well. Now talk about training those who use the golf cart. What should you say to those who are using it?
Well, it's almost like training someone to drive a car.
Yeah.
And I know my 10-year-old daughter loves to drive the golf cart, and so talking about the safety feature, there's a switch underneath the seat where you can switch it to slow, and so she drives it slowly. We drive around, we try to stay in the yard, maybe at the farm and around, but you just need to make sure you're training them as if they're driving a car. It's not a car, it's not going that fast, but they really can be, people can be seriously injured on a golf cart. We've had numerous cases over the years, very bad injuries on golf carts, just because people were playing and not recognizing these are machines and they will hurt you.
You mentioned the slow switch. What about headlights? Some come with headlights, some do not. Why are those important?
It is always important. It's almost like driving your car. You have to, if you put your lights on, people are going to be able to see you from a distance. Make sure you turn those lights on. My rule at my house or at my farm, make sure you turn those lights on or you're in trouble with Dad.
Ooh, you don't want to be in trouble with Dad, that's for sure. Now, if someone is injured on a golf cart, does the homeowner's insurance cover the injury? You touched on this a little bit earlier, but what do we need to know about all of this?
Generally, it may not. If you've not notified your homeowner's policy or homeowner's adjuster or agent, you need to make sure they know that you have that golf cart and it's put onto your policy as a rider or a separate policy. Once again, very inexpensive to buy, but it could be a very big problem if you're injured on that cart.
And lastly, if you are injured, someone you know is injured, a friend or family member, what are the benefits of contacting the lawyer?
Well, a lawyer's going to know the rules. They're going to know the lay of the land. They're going to kind of understand what the latest cases are and kind of how to put your case together and whether or not you have a case. So it's important to talk to a lawyer, talk to any lawyer here in Mobile that handles personal injury. They can help you with this type of problem.
All right, and you can always contact David and his friends at Green and Phillips. We'll have all their contact information on our website, so go check that out. David, thanks a lot.
Thanks for having me.